Hello and greetings again. I am Sifu Matt Lovio, and I'm here to present to you again for, if you will, the, I believe, 9th video of my Chin-A series here for the net. Just to let you know, this will be the fourth technique of my teacher, the late great Grandmaster CA David German. And this technique, fourth technique of his 21 fundamentals, or the beginning techniques of what I was taught by David German, will be known as, if you will, soldier salutes the general. Again, that is soldier salutes the general. And again, this technique is a very good technique. It's although its primary use is a defense against kicking techniques, it can go beyond more than that. But primarily, use it as a kicking defense, so to speak. The beautiful part about it is it can be done against both legs. Left leg, right leg, it does not matter. It doesn't matter what leg it is. Again, I'm going to show it to you, but again, I have to preface the techniques by showing you the linking chain of David German's 21 fundamental techniques. I'll observe to you. Again, I'll do a front version of the camera and then multiple angles later on. Movement number 1, 2, 3, and then finally 4. Okay, I'm going to show a different angle. I'm going to go, say, from this corner angle over here. All right, now, instead of showing off, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, shall we? Ready? All right, now, Freddie's going to help demonstrate to me the kicking capabilities, or rather defenses, the kicking defenses of soldier salutes the general, which is primary kicking defense. Not the only technique, but one of the best applications. Now, for this particular one, I'm going to have to ask Freddie to stand over here. So Freddie will be able to show off in the camera, and they finally, for once, be throwing me around instead of the other way around. Okay, now we're going to go from here. And if you'll notice, if you pay attention to Freddie, in this case, since Freddie's right-handed, he's going to be using his right hand. It's possible to use it with the left hand, but if you're right hand dominant, do it the right side. Later on, if you're left-handed, if you want, you could try to learn like the right-handed side first, and then learn to do it the left-handed side. That way, you'll be ambidextrous on both sides, because that's your dominant side will be your primary side in real life. Let's face it. Okay. Now I'm just going to get basically, I'm not going to show off and do a bunch of fancy kicks. I'm not going to do like pressing kicks and so forth. I'm not going to do like the inside kick or hook kick and so forth. I'm not going to do all those fancy kicks. We're going to do a good old-fashioned front kick. That's the kind of kick you probably see most likely on the street. The kick, almost like a soccer kick type of thing. We're not going to show off what we will see on the street. Not a maybe, not a hope so, the for sures. Okay. I'm going to kick basically, if you will, I'll make life easier. I'm going to kick with my right leg. Watch how Freddie answers it. Pay close attention to Freddie. Watch how he does it. I'm going to kick. Freddie's going to go inside, scoop, and he's going to walk me over and throws me over. Again, let's show that again. I know we kind of did it a little fast, but unfortunately, due to gravity and all, we have to do that. But if you notice, when Freddie grabbed me, he went to the inside and he basically caught my arm from underwards and then walked me. He didn't just lift my leg, he walked me back because I was precarious and my balance was lost on one leg, my left leg, my primary leg. Let's do that again. Again, my right leg, I'm going to kick Freddie with a front leg. Freddie's going to grab and he's going to walk me back and push me back and whoa! There we go. I went down. Thank you, sir. Now, here's an interesting point to note. Could Freddie, instead of doing this, where he go like this with his right leg, instead of doing this, instead of going this way, going forwards, is it possible? Could Freddie do this instead? Watch this. He can do this and this way instead of going this way. Let's watch. Ready, Freddie? All right, ready, Freddie. There we go. Kick with my right leg. Wow! And you saw. It's possible. You saw what Freddie did. Freddie, instead of doing a straight linear straight line version of going this way, he took the leg and brought me this way in the opposite direction. Now you're probably thinking, well, could Freddie technically do this and go this way? Possibly. But you know what? I wouldn't recommend it. Because if you notice, since he's right-handed, his natural anatomical response and movement would be to go, since he's right-handed, to pull this way rather than going that way. It's a natural movement with his right side, his right dominant side, and that's what you want. There was a saying that I learned from another martial arts teacher from my prior martial arts training, a martial art known as the Indonesian martial art of Pencak Silat, or rather the Pukulan Jimandi Pusaka system, under my teacher, Pendekar or Grandmaster David William Sanders. And Grandmaster Sanders, he basically said this quote only to me once, but I never forgot it because it makes so much sense. And this is how it goes. Mother Nature will always prevail over technique. And what did Pendekar Sanders mean by that? What is that fancy esoteric term? Mother Nature will always prevail over technique. What Grandmaster Sanders, what he meant by that was this. We practice techniques, but not to rely on them. Techniques will always fail you. Instinct will always prevail on the street. They will always win out over on the street no matter what. Because I guarantee you, we practice techniques so we have a guideline, a structure, but you cannot rely on structure. Construction workers, when they're building a house, when they're building a bridge, when they're building a building, a tall building of some kind, yes, they have to have blueprints. If they try to do it, but even though they've had years of experience of going on and building these different types of domiciles and structures, yeah, they've had experience, but unfortunately they would not foolishly rely only on experience. They would have to rely on the blueprints, but not completely fall upon it. They would use it as a guideline. So, because remember, what if supplies were late? What if a truck breaks down? What if they're short on cement? What do? Panic? No, they'll have to improvise on the situation to make sure the project goes through. It may be delayed, but it'll still go through. These techniques are your proverbial blueprints. Do not rely on them. Use them as a guideline, because you never know if you'll have to improvise on the street. It's all fine and dandy. We're here in a nice green setting here on this nice lawn type of setting. But the problem is, what if we're in a parking lot and we have like 2 cars here on the side? What if we're walking along a narrow sidewalk, and I've seen it even on the news, let alone happen in real life, where someone's accosted and attacked in the street, where they're walking on the sidewalk, where there's this big old building right here, and you're scrunched like that, you're up against the building, you don't have a lot of movement. What if you're walking down, if you're foolishly going down an alley, even during the daytime, let alone at night? Again, enclosed area, cut off, it's quartered off. You never know what setting you're going to be in. So rather than panic, improvise, learn to adapt. But first, learn the technique, then improvise, because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, once more, ladies and gentlemen, I see that we're almost running out of time. I'm going to have to go over this one last application here too. And Freddie's going to be so kind. This is one of the last applications, not the only one, for Soldier Salutes to General. What if I'm resisting? I'm pushing Freddie. I'm like, okay, I'm not going anywhere, stuff like that. Like, come on, don't try something. Freddie's going to take that same technique with that hand, again with the tilting hand, and he's going to do is he's going to hit me. He's going to turn my head, and he's going to push. So he's going to hit, angle, and then off balance me. Okay, Freddie? So I'm pushing him like that, and then he takes his hand. He's going to hit. He's going to angle, and he's going to off balance him by pushing me. And I go down. Once more. A little bit faster, Freddie. Again, I'm being aggressive. I'm pushing so forth. And you saw that. Did you see what Freddie did? Did you see what Freddie did? When he did with the technique, he hit, he angled, and he off-balanced by pushing. He didn't just do it in one motion. Hit, angled, and off-balance. Hit, angled, off-balance. Easy. Okay. One more time. Thank you very much, Freddie. That's okay, I understand. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate this one last time. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. I'm going to go with this angle here. Farmer removes the oxen's yoke. Little child bows to Buddha. Unlocking the door to open the gate. And soldier salutes the general. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please go easy with your partners. Go slow. Then go faster over the weeks and months and years. Don't go fast, because I guarantee you, you cannot get it done and learn these techniques in one day. You should not try to learn it all in one day. It took me days, weeks, months, years to try to get it down. And even to this day, I'm still learning. It's a forever lifelong process. Until then, I wish you the best of luck in your training. And train smarter, not harder, and take care of yourself. And to all to those you know and love.